Good afternoon, V8 racers. This week we're going to be racing at Mazda Laguna Seca Raceway. It's located in California. The track's 2.24 miles long, 11 turns. We're racing in the late afternoon and the track has a fair amount of grip. Times are going to be in the high 23s, low 24s. As always, we're going to go through the lap turn by turn. I'm going to describe how I approach the racetrack. It may or may not work for you. Adjust accordingly. One thing I will say here is that I am using a 1.07 rear diff ratio. That seems to be working the best for me. You could get away with a 1.1, however it causes an awful lot of extra shifting in the back part of the course. So I prefer 1.07. We're going to go through it turn by turn, and then we'll do a full lap around the track. So as you can see, I started braking just before the 4 marker here. I'm going to try and be as far to the outside right as we can, and then clip the apex on the 180-degree left-hander. So third gear, no need to go to second here. Keep it in tight. So approaching the 90 right, we are going to keep it in third gear. It will just basically top out in third, and then we're going to clip the apex on the right hand side. Let the car come out here to the left. We're going to stay along the left hand side of the track, upshift to fourth, and then clip the apex on the right hand turn again, maybe just a little bit of brake, no need to downshift. So we're positioning ourselves on the right hand side. This little bit of off camber or cambered left-hand turn going uphill. We're just starting to brake at the 4 marker, and we're using the curb there as much of the track as we can with going off track to make this corner. So right in here, we're applying throttle, and we're actually using the throttle to help turn the car around to go uphill. And here we come into the trickiest corner at Laguna Seca. This is the left-hander. It's not quite 90 degrees, but it does have a dip in it, and there's a big curb on the inside of that dip. You want to try and avoid that curb as much as possible. You may glance over it. It has a tendency to throw you off track, though, into the sand, so be very careful there. And we are braking just at the number 3 marker. So we're approaching the corkscrew here. We're going uphill, and as you can see, a fair amount of application of brakes already. You want to try and get the majority of your braking done before the crest of the hill. It's okay to carry on braking afterwards, but you'll be lightening up on the pedal quite a bit. We're in 5th gear here. On this particular replay, I'm going into second, right at the top of the corkscrew. You can use third. The only caution I would say is if you're using second, try and get back into third as quickly as possible, because you can suffer a fair amount of wheel spin at the bottom of the corkscrew. And right here, this is a trick that was taught to me many years ago, how to approach the corkscrew without going off track. So you'll see right in front of you, you've got 4 trees. 2 that are just being blocked by the windshield wiper, 1 lone tree, and then 2 more to the right. You want to aim for that one lone tree right in front of you, just above the driver's glove. And down here, this left and the following right, we're using the brakes to get the car turned in a little bit, in fairly tight here, and again on the cambered right-hand turn. Last corner prior to the start-finish line, we're braking just about the number 3 marker. Want to be in fairly tight here. If you go too deep, there's a tendency to run off into the sand, and that can cause all sorts of problems for you. So there you have a lap of Laguna, 124.333. We're going to go through it again in its entirety and uninterrupted. There's a lap of Laguna. The track this week, as I said, is a free track. Make sure you get out and practice. There's going to be a lot of practice sessions available. This video, as always, brought to you by my team, Never Quit Racing, Simability, and the Button Box Shop. Charlie Kuzma at the Button Box Shop does some awesome stuff, and if you're in need of a box, give him a shout. The setup for this particular lap will be listed in the forum under the Penn Power League, as well as the Penn Power Facebook page. Good luck and good racing to everyone.